going to do a quick video here talking about fencing with regard to rabbit snaring. So the rabbit has a trail, runs along the trail, tends to stick to the trail. But sometimes they don't. I don't know why, but they don't. So fencing is all about reminding them where the trail is. Okay, so it's early season. Pretty soon the ground's going to freeze up so bad that I can't drive stakes into it here. So I find this time of year there's not a lot of snow. It's not great for snaring yet, but I'll go out and hike the loop where I snare, and the places where I've gotten rabbits year after year after year, I reestablish fencing on known runs. Now you see this is a hole. They always run through this. Okay, so this time of year I come in, I make sure there's no sticks in the way. It doesn't have to be perfect, right, but nice and obvious, right? A little bit of a hole on that side. I'm going to stuff some stuff in there just to make sure they don't go that way. They don't tend to jump over. And you can see over here I've weaved some sticks in under this log, right? Just whatever I can find. Doesn't have to be anything special. You can see I've got a couple green boughs. They were just things that were in my way on my trail that I moved out of the way, about 10 feet from here. But you really want to resist the urge to do it with all green. They have a strong smell. Some species of evergreen, the rabbits eat the buds. I'm talking about snowshoe. I keep saying rabbit, but I mean snowshoe hare. Just easier to say rabbit. Okay. Some types of evergreen, the rabbits eat the buds. So I wouldn't go too heavy on using green branches. I'd focus on finding the dead lower branches of trees and use those for your fencing. Even rotten dead wood like this, just laying on the ground. Doesn't have to be fancy. This is not like a fence that you're trying to keep from being pushed down. They're going along in the middle of the night by moonlight, dusk and dawn, when the light's not that great. They've got excellent eyesight. They're looking for the hole, just the same way if you walk through the woods. If you're walking through thick woods, like that, right, like that, right? You're looking for the hole. They're doing the same thing. Only they're using their whiskers to guide them and all kinds of things, right? So you're just fencing. I'm going to fence a spot over to the left here and just show you the general process for those that are really, really new to this sort of thing. As I mentioned in a previous video, if you're getting into hunting, snaring rabbits is a great way to do it. You don't need a firearm. Depending on where you live, you might need a license, but it's very cheap to get into. You just need snare wire and you know, a compass and a knife and some know-how. Well, there's a lot of little things that can make you more effective. So let me show you this other spot. So here's another spot where they tend to go through. You can see I fenced off the side here. Sometimes they go around. If there's not, the reason it's fenced off over here is because if I don't do this, sometimes they usually follow the trail here, but sometimes they go around. Sometimes they see the snare, or they just get a feeling, or they smell something, or whatever. They'll go around. Same thing on this side. I fenced this off, right? They usually stick to the trail, but you're out here, you're spreading your scent around. There's all kinds of, you know, I mean, these animals run on instinct. They survive on instinct. Okay, so that's ready for a snare, right? Nice little hole for them to go through. And it's a really strong trail here that they use year after year. Okay, and I got nothing in front, so they can find their way in very easily. All right, don't want anything poking them in the face or anything. Okay, that one's ready. Now here's a spot where I've noticed them going through year after year after year, right? There's a big long fence to the left and a natural fence to the right. So they tend to go right through here. So I just want to make that even more obvious. So I'll put this here. Again, breaking my own rule using the evergreen, but that's fine. Here I got some dead stuff. I'll drive that in. Just got some stuff lying around here, falling off of trees. Use whatever. There's no... Ideally use whatever's easiest to get. And some of you are going to say, like, what about if the snow gets really high? What do you do then? Well, where I live, I mean, sometimes it gets high, but if the snow gets high, you deal with it, right? But generally, if the snow, let's say the snow level comes up to here, I'll just come through with my boot and push it down, reestablish the trail. You'd think that would throw them off, but they're not that bright usually. So it depends, but if I've already got a snare here, and let's say it's about 2 inches off the ground, it's a real pain to reposition the snare sometimes. Sometimes you can just pull the snare out and restake it, but sometimes you can't. So you just push the snow down. I'll show videos on that at another time. But yeah, if you're going to get a lot of snow, use a different approach than this. And also you can use the snow as a bit of a guide as well. But for what we got going on here, this is fine what we're doing here, right? So just going to drive a few things in, make a really solid fence that'll probably last a few years. Like you never know what's going to happen from year to year. I made a really elaborate fence last year and the whole thing fell down in a season. So things don't always last. We'll drive these down here. There we go. That's set up pretty good. So now we got a nice hole. I got to put a proper stake in, but I'll do that when I'm actually setting my snares. Today I'm just reestablishing known fences, so that's fine what I got there. A couple other points about setting snares and stuff like that. If you've got natural cover above that area, like right here I've got this. All right, got some branches here and branches up a tree there. So this spot is it's got cover over top. That's always good, right? Anything that makes them feel safe. This is right out in the open, but of course there's a log over top. Closer I can get to the snare, to the log, the less likely it's going to pick up moonlight, shine, that sort of thing. That's always good, right? Anything you can to have a cover over. You know, if you are allowed in the land where you're living, you take a tree like this, cut it off, stick it in the ground, let its canopy cover the hole. Right, it all depends on what your conservation laws are and that sort of thing. This area now is properly gated, ready for the season. So I'm in a tight little area here. I got that hole there, the one over there I just gated on camera, and that. Okay, so I got 3 ways in to this little area. Okay, sometimes they come along here as well, but that's my walking trail. You can't see that, but it's a walking trail. But I'm not going to snare that because I walk on it. I'm going to muss it all up anyway. Now, at this time of the season, a smart thing to do in an area like this, we've got it gated off, but there's a way through, is to lay something down that the rabbits like to eat. So you can't just use anything, but like this is maple, some maple boughs. Let you throw some of that. Just put it near where you know the trail is going to be if you're aware of trails, and just put it on the ground, right? So it's a maple bough, and I don't know if there's any around here, but the birch tips, they love those if you can find them. I don't see any around here. The tips of the birch tree. There's got to be some up here somewhere. There's another maple there. Let's grab that. Where's the birch? Not a lot of birch kicking around here. Nothing handy. Yeah. Let's see in here. No birch, but here's some more maple. So I'll just grab that. Okay, so here I got a trail that goes along like this, right? And sometimes they come through over there. And not in the middle of the trail, but off to the side, I got a pile of these maple tips. like a plate of cookies left out for Santa Claus. They love these. If you want to draw them to them, to the back of your knife, just do that. Even with your dull human senses, you can smell that as a strong smell. Birch has an even stronger smell. So you do that to a couple of them. If they're anywhere nearby, they'll smell that and they'll get their attention. Okay? And all this might look really, really obvious, but remember, the rabbit is not very smart. They seem smart because they outsmart you, but that's because they have better senses and instincts than you. You've got dull, civilized instincts, right? They got stronger smell, stronger sight, better hearing, you know, that sort of thing, and they're just built for this game, right? So that's the game you're playing here. There's a lot of things you're doing that are obvious, like I was talking about pushing the snow down with your foot over there. That seems really obvious. That's because you're a human, thinking like a human. The rabbit's running on instinct and reflexes and its senses. They're just so awesome compared to yours. It seems like they're outsmarting you. Okay? And they've got all these just great intuitions, and they just know when something's up, something's fishy, something's wrong. But they're not thinking about it the way you or I would, or like any relatively cunning primate would. It's a different game they're running than you. So just remember that. You can do things like this, which looks really obvious. They'll stop and eat it. They're not going to be like, hey, why are they tipped over to the side? Why aren't they growing out of the ground? What scraped them? Like, they're not going to think any of that. They're just going to eat it because they like it. Okay? Think like maybe like a 2-year-old. They're not even that bright, but they've got great instincts, right? So anyway, there's that. Anyway, just a couple tips on fencing and that sort of thing. I'll try to do some more short videos like this on these various finer points of snaring, just to have more success at it as these things come to me when I'm out in the trail and that sort of thing. So I hope you found this interesting. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. And until next time, enjoy the outdoors on the cheap. Thanks for watching.